So now we're looking at another subtraction problem. The difference is that both denominators are going to be missing something from the LCD, the least common denominator in this instance. The first step, we will look at factoring the denominators to find the least common denominator. So we have b squared minus 4b minus 5. That equals what two numbers multiply to negative 5 and add to negative 4. That would be b minus 5 times b plus 1. I'm going to leave a gap here in case we have factors that we need to include from the second denominator. So b squared minus 6b plus 5. We have plus 5 minus 6b, so we know where they're both going to be minus. But what two numbers multiply to negative, or multiply to 5 that add to negative 6, that's going to be b minus 5 times b minus 1. So what is our LCD going to be? Our LCD is going to be b minus 5 times b minus 1 times b plus 1. And note what each one is missing, and this is what I meant by it's a little more complicated. We're going to have to multiply both by a binomial. So let's go ahead and write these down in factored form and determine what we need to multiply by. So we have 3 over b minus 5 times b plus 1. And what is it missing? It's missing the b minus 1. So we multiply b minus 1 over b minus 1. And that's minus, we have 2 over b minus 5 times b minus 1. So what is it missing? It's missing b plus 1. So we multiply both the numerator and denominator by b plus 1. And so what do we end up with? We end up with 3 times b minus 1. That's 3b minus 3 over the LCD of b minus 5 times b minus 1 times b plus 1. And we're still subtracting. 2 times b plus 1 is 2b plus 2. And that's now over the LCD of b minus 5 times b minus 1 times b plus 1. That equals 3b minus 3 minus 2b plus 2 over our common denominator of b minus 5 times b minus 1 times b plus 1. And then combining like terms, we have, I'm going to go ahead and do what I normally do, change this to a plus, put a negative here, change this to a negative, and then we're going to have 3b minus 2b is just b. Negative 3 plus negative 2 is going to be minus 5 over b minus 5 times b minus 1 times b plus 1. And if you'll notice, the b minus 5's cancel, and we are left with 1 over b minus 1 times, I'm going to rewrite that just a little bit more neatly here. So b minus 1 times b plus 1. And remember, b cannot equal negative 1. B cannot equal 1. And b cannot equal 5. If we had that, we would end up with, somewhere along the lines, a denominator of 0.